I challenge everybody who's listening right now, go and ask information about the market in Montreal, about commercial market and all the, what's the cap rate and so on, what the cost per unit. And
it quotes PMML?
It quotes PMML.
Good job.
Very often, yeah.
Have you been thinking about buying your first rental property for some time, or do you already own a bunch of properties? Well, fellow investors, you found the right location to listen and learn from others' successes. Welcome to The Very Real Estate Effect with your host, Axel Monsaingeon.
Hello, and welcome back to the Very Real Estate Effect podcast, a show dedicated to real estate investing right here in Quebec. And today it's a pleasure and an honor to have Mr. Patrice Menard, the founder of PMML, back on the show. Hi, Patrice.
Hi, Axel. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's you've been on the show about 4 years ago. I don't even know how long, but you're a leader in your industry.
Yeah.
You've dominated every segment that you've entered in brokerage, in commercial financing, and I think now you have some new developments. I think with insurance.
Insurance, absolutely.
And you've been a big proponent of data, and you're an early adopter when it comes to technology. And to kind of set the background for this conversation, about two and a half years ago, we had a dinner, an event at Bar George, and we had said in the conversation that if knowledge is power, then data is supremacy. And you've been collecting a lot of data, and now you've been incorporating artificial intelligence with it. And I just wanted to have you on so you can kind of share with us, what should we expect in the next couple of years?
First of all, thank you for the invitation. I really appreciate your work, with everything you share with investors. That's very important, I think. And I remember that 2 years and a half ago, about 3 years ago, we did that conference, and it was very interesting because at that time, everybody was listening about AI, but we were not using it.
But it was more blockchain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was blockchain, and the thing is, blockchain still. And I'm still a believer in the blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
We're just too early in the process. And when you have so much volume that like PMML have, we cannot incorporate that like tomorrow morning.
No.
The day that the bank will use blockchain, that's the day that blockchain will go to every industry. But we already developed the platform. It's incredible. The goal of the blockchain, I just want to go back on this a little bit. The goal of blockchain is to, right now, the commercial transaction in real estate are about 5 to 7, sometimes 8 months. And our goal is to streamline the process of transaction with blockchain in less than a month. Wow. And I think when all the industry will work with it, that's exactly what's going to happen. When the bank, all the legal aspect of the transaction, all the due diligence process of the transaction will be done, I think that's where the blockchain will really level up. But at this time, even if PMML is ready,
the industry is not.
The industry is not. And I like to be one of the first mover, but not necessarily the first one, And but we're really ready to move. And I think right now with AI that's coming in play, I think that blockchain will also, contribute to the expansion of AI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the two are definitely linked. And as you said, like maybe PMML as a firm, as a brokerage is ready, but if you can't have those involved in the due diligence, those involved in the financing, those involved in the actual legal and notaries, then it's not a complete solution yet. But at some point it will be. It's just a question of, do those other players and actors actually have an incentive in doing this? Because some of the industry benefits from this kind of doubt. People don't want things to be clear because gray is opportunity. And by incorporating everything in the blockchain, you kind of remove that chance for renegotiation or for ambiguity. So does everyone want to be a part of it?
I think that everyone see the opportunity. In fact, 2 years ago, we were trying to hire a consultant on blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
And the first couple of people that we interviewed, they already have a contract with bank. 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I think the bank are moving on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody work on their side, but I think that's going to happen. But if you go back to the blockchain and you see that the goal is to streamline the transaction in less than a month, and that's one of the benefits, so if you look at PMML, the vision of PMML, we are vertically integrated.
Yep.
And that we, from the financing, transaction, now we're going to do the insurance. So the more we're going to add service to the streamline of the transaction, the more we're going to be able to incorporate the blockchain. So the goal is to take control of many aspects of a transaction, real estate transaction. At the end of the day, when the technology come in place, I think we're going to be ready because we're going to be not only a spectator, but we're going to see we're going to be involved in every
step.
Every step, yeah.
And so now, okay, so then it evolved from the blockchain, and you've worked on it, and now you're ready. Now, artificial intelligence has provided a fabulous opportunity to the data sets that you've been building for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Kind of where are you at now? Because for those who don't know, so much about your firm, like you buy data.
We probably the largest buyer of data, real estate data in the province right now. We buy every single month, every commercial transaction, every, whether it's multi-residential, industrial, office, retail, land. We buy everything. Also, we buy every single commercial financing in the province every month.
Okay.
So that's thousands and thousands of transactions. So we have we have 12 people full time only to entering the data in our system. The thing is, everybody can buy data once. Okay, so everybody can go to system like GLR or things like this and go and buy data. The real challenge is to update it
regularly.
Because after 1 month, whatever you bought is it's not
it's obsolete. Yeah.
Obsolete, and we have thousands of transactions per month. So if you really want to use it properly, I think that's one of the challenge. So yeah, we focus, and we did the transaction the last 17 years, about 17 years that we bought every single transaction. In the last 7 to 8 years, we bought every single financing in the process since we started the financing services.
So now you feed all this data to a model that you trained?
Exactly. Just go back to the integration, vertical integration. Now we have mortgage brokers, of course. In fact, we're the largest commercial mortgage brokers firm in the province. Okay, nobody has much mortgage broker in their team than the PMML. But more than this, we just hired, and we officially announced it last week with PMML Financial. We're also going to be a lender. And we want to be the first, like a company like CMLS, People Trust, First National. Those models are only in Ontario. And we want to be the first one in Quebec to develop a model like this. And I think we have the volume and all the information. So we just hired a managing partner and CEO of that division.
Okay. And
he started officially this week. And we're very excited about it because, again, if you want to use data, and now we're going to be, able to be a lender and make decisions a lot more faster than any other lender. That's important in a transaction. And also, with the AI coming in place, we're going to be able to develop some model of analyze the risk. With AI, that's going to be able again to do the financing faster.
Well, especially, now it makes sense, as you said, being vertically integrated, starting from the brokerage all the way to now being the first kind of private. Would you call it a private lender?
No, we're not. We're not going to do a private loan. It's going to be like a B or an A loan lender.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to look at that like CMLS, MCAP, People Trust, PKIL,
The B or the C lenders.
B lenders, C lenders, and of course we became A lenders. After 2 years, we're going to be, of course, going to look for the accreditation with the CHMC, and that's one of the
Wow.
It is something very, very powerful that if we have all those steps, I think we can integrate every technology inside the transaction after that. So go back to the AI.
Yeah.
We accumulate data every single month in the last 15, 17 years. And now we don't know why. Of course, it was for business intelligence. Because right now, everybody talk about AI. But the market at 95, 97% is more in the BI right now. BI is business intelligence. Yeah. And the move from the distance from BI and AI it's not that far, but still a lot of complication to do it. Okay, and so BI is more like human go and see and look for information, and the AI is more like the information come to the human. Okay,
already processed.
Exactly.
And that's the difference between information and intelligence. Is information is just a big data set. It's just that you can only use it if it means something and if it's been interpreted in a way that it comes out as a sentence instead of a 20 by 20 matrix.
Yeah, and again, it's all about speed. We were talking about the reason why we want to put blockchain in place because of speed. It's all about speed, and decision making with AI will be so much faster in a couple of years. Yeah. And the implementation of AI is a lot faster than the internet. You know that the internet changed everything, the way we see and the way we work, the way we live right now. And I think in maybe 3, 4, 5 years, it will be the same thing with AI.
Yeah. And so are you able now, because I was thinking about this, I'm like, okay, so what are they doing with all this data? Are they able to just say, okay, well, what's a sixplex in Hochelaga Maisonneuve that is making $82,000 in yearly revenue worth? Like, what kind of information, what are you trying to get from this, and how is it going to help your team?
Okay, that's a really good question, and we think so much, because when you go to AI, you can go like so many routes.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you're a company like PMML, you have so much resource that it's easy to get lost in this because, I got this idea and this idea.
I can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the thing also is about the adoption, okay, of the AI. We were thinking like Google style. What I mean by that is everybody on the market in the last 7, 8 years, when you want some information, what you do, you go on Google, you write whatever you need, and you're going to have some result. And after that, you click, and you get, you click the other link, and soon later, you're going to find the right
the response that you're looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with now, in the last year and a half, I talk with a lot of people, and the people are, instead of going to Google, they're going to ChatGPT.
Yep.
Personally, now I find that Google is too long. It's not efficient. I have to go and
you
seek.
still have to sort through information. And you don't want that step anymore.
Now I'm going to ChatGPT. I'm asking a question. I got the answer. I check the source, of course, because you can ask, give me the source.
Yeah.
And from there, I have the information. It pleases me. Let's go. So that's very powerful, okay, for many reasons. And that's also as a business. And another thing, that PML put so much content on the market that now people pay thousands and thousands of dollars to go first in first rank in Google. And now PMML, everybody going to ChatGPT, and I know I challenge everybody who's listening right now, go and ask information about the market in Montreal, about commercial market and all the, what's the cap rate and so on, what the cost per unit, and
it quotes PMML?
It quotes PMML.
Good job.
Very often. Yeah, it was not planned again.
Yeah,
but because we create content, because we focus on data, the AI came in place, and it's just like, for us, we're very happy about it.
Yeah, it was a natural evolution given the amount of data that you put out there. Then you became the reference when it came to that domain.
Exactly. So the thing right now is we already developed the AI. It's already done, and we have opened it to the broker. Will be for about 1 year, a year and a half in beta.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of it.
So what do they use it for?
Example. Again, to go back, that's why I was talking about the Google style search or the ChatGPT search. Okay. Right now, a broker of PMML can go in the CRM and go to look for any area, find all the buildings in that area, and go and say Axel Monsaingeon, and you're going to see Axel, his information, all the building he bought, all the financing he got in the last few years. So it's grid style, okay? And so now the goal is to, and it is what it is. So you go to the PMML AI. It's an icon that we have on the CRM in the same way that he used to work. They click on it. It's a sidebar and say, okay, can you give me the profile of Axel Monsaingeon? Okay. And it's going to give me everything you did. Everyone you talk with someone with PMML, it's going to have all the data. And so it's to get the habits of, instead of looking grid, to go and look on the AI. So now we have both. But the more every day we have some reports, and the more the weeks pass, and the more we have some broker who asking question. They're gonna ask, example, what's the cap rate in Hochelaga Maisonneuve for 30 units? What is the cost per unit in Sherbrooke for new construction? So you can ask everything, and the PML AI will give you information right away. And that's very important because the PMML AI is directly connected to our database. So they get the information. And someday, my goal is a new broker come in at PMML, got his commercial license, start, in example, in Quebec City. So he don't have the network of a senior broker, but he's going to go in the PMML AI. He's going to say to the PMML AI, and we're very close to this. Okay, in fact, we have part of it already built and functional. It said, okay, I have this industrial building for sale in this area with this type of use. Now, can you give me, with the PMLI, can you give me the last 10 most active buyers in this area for that type of building? And now what's going to happen, and that's already done. So they're going to give you the name of all the active buyers the last 2 years. And what's going to happen after that is that's the process. So going to create me 10 opportunity or 20 opportunity for those buyers. So now there's going to create a CRM task to call them with all the information already automated by the AI. And it's interesting because the power of AI is going beyond what the human will think. And another good example of it is, the difference between business intelligence and AI. We have a land for sale, okay, in Lévis, Quebec City. And of course, now we have this land for sale. People can go in the CRM, okay, in regular what we have for years, and they can go, okay, I'm going to find all the neighbor, all the big buyers. All the big buyers in this area who owns the land behind it. And okay. And the good things about it is also with the data we got is we know that this, before everybody, because we also buy all the bridge financing. So before you see a sign that's going to have a, multi-res or mixed project in this area, we already know because it's an empty land that they have a $27 million mortgage on it, or a bridge construction loan. So we detect this. So now we can say, okay, we're going to call all the owners in the area to say, hey, by the way, you're going to have that big project come in very soon. You want to sell your building. You want, and the owners that we talk and they have land, I know my area, it's impossible, never going to have that. Yes, I'm telling you, they have just a $27 million bridge on that land. And so something's going to happen very soon. And I don't see any signs. I say, okay, I understand that. But now we have the information. So the broker will call those people, but the difference with the AI is the AI will give you you need to call this person precisely because this person just refinanced 7 buildings and now it's cash. Yeah. But the broker right now with business intelligence, BI, already have that information in our system, but is not going to think to go further and see, okay, I'm going to call all the people in the neighborhood, but the AI will give you the first one to call, the second one, the third one, because the machine will work. Yeah. And that's something that will change. I don't know if it's clear what I'm explaining, but...
I just want to make sure and rephrase, like what you're saying is that the difference between the business intelligence and the AI is that the business intelligence provided the information, but the artificial intelligence added another layer where it made it more human and relevant to the broker to actually make a short list of people to call, prepare tasks and put in the calendar to do calls and presentations for them. Who are the most likely buyers? And as you were describing this example, I was like, oh my God, this is genius. Like your model is actually going to be able to predict for that piece of property in that location for that use, who are the 10 most likely buyers. This is every broker's dream to have this because you cut down their work to really just focus on the top of the pyramid of statistically, we know that the buyer is going to be in this group of 10. I just need to reach out to them.
And and also not only because right now experienced broker, they have
a network, as you said.
They have a sense of it. Yeah. But with the scale of PMML, of course, I always have new brokers in the team, and I think the data I'm going to be able to get those tools to the new broker. I think that's where the growth of PML will be more exponential than it is right now. Technology is very powerful if you know how to use it, and that's the goal. That's why we want to give that to the broker. So that's one of the examples that we can use. Another challenge is if we have example, why Patrice you do this? Because you can go in ChatGPT and ask for the cap rate in Hochelaga Maisonneuve and I'm going to have the information on ChatGPT. And that if it's even PMML that the source sometime, okay? I said, yeah. But the thing with ChatGPT, if you can look at now, they're going to give you the cap rate for Hochelaga Maisonneuve is going to be between 4.6 and 5.2. Okay. And that's it. The other thing with ChatGPT, and that's very dangerous, is if you don't have the information, it's going to hallucinate the response. And we see it so many times.
The context.
They're going to give you the response no matter what.
Yeah.
So for us, the first edge that we can have against ChatGPT is the precisely to give the information. So, of course, ChatGPT is a very powerful machine. By the way, we use as a source in our AI. We have many. Okay, we can plug with all the major AI. Gemini. Right now, we're working a lot with Gemini also with Google Gemini.
Yeah.
So, and if example, one of the challenge we say to our PMML AI to the broker is saying, I don't have the information. I cannot answer that. That was so much a big challenge because this is not normal for the AI to say, I don't have the information.
Wow.
And we worked for weeks and weeks to get that response. And that's very hard, but that's something that we break through. And that's very important for me, that the AI, because of course we have some responsibility as a broker and so on. So we need to be, to be sure that the information is
relevant.
It's relevant, and if the AI don't have the information, you say I don't have the information. Yeah. So that's one of the challenges we got.
And so as we wrap up here, what do you see coming in the future? Like when you're going to come back in this chair 2 years from now, where is it that you will be, and what is it that you would like to have achieved?
That's a very good question. In 2 years, it's long. It's long.
It's 3 cycles.
But first of all, also it's not only talk about the indicator, market indicator, but one of the things that we also work right now is all the process of PMML. Okay, all the integration of data. That's something that we, public will never see, but something that we're working a lot. And also, example, a new broker come in or an experienced broker say, I don't want to do this type of file. What's the procedure? one a prospection code on PMML between broker. Along my lead is Protect after I do the presentation to make the printing for sale. And many questions like this already in place. And brokers like that. And we see that they use it instead of looking where to get the information on PMML ocean of information. So where we going in the next couple of years? Of course, now that we did it, okay, because the AI is workable, and after that, no matter which system, now we hear a lot this week about DeepSeek, and whatever that's going to come to the market, the way that we structure our AI, we're going to be able to plug it with any relevant information, AI information, relevant platform they have in the future. And that's also one of the challenge we got, because now if we say that Gemini is more relevant in the next 6 months, we can just use it.
Slowly migrate.
So that's one of the thing that we need to follow. It's hard to say what it will be in 2 years, but mainly in 2 years, I think the day that we're gonna have an evaluation, okay, and someone's gonna call to sell its building. In a couple of hours, we're going to have the most precise information and market or CMA, comparative market analysis on the market. I think this is the goal. Also, to do that market analysis, to go and take the picture, satellite picture for us, to put all the information and have, with incredible text to explain the CMA. Right now, it's only, data information about the comparable, but can you imagine to tell a story, a good story of the building, where it's going, where the market is going? Because it's not only about evaluating the building. The AI will let us also evaluate the potential of the area.
Yeah.
Because
neighborhood.
Exactly.
The changing trends, the Todd.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything that surround, data. We're going to be able. So now, because the building, we say, okay, this is comparable. The comparable is at this price per unit. Example, it's a $200K per door. But if the area is going down, what's where the comparable?
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna the next step for PMML is to grab all the other information that we got on the market and put it in our database to get better information for financing, for sale. The mortgage broker are using a lot with all the new rules coming with the CHMC.
Yeah.
They're asking a lot of questions about it. And I think it's going to be relevant in the next few years. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you will come back before 2 years to talk about this. I know it. Thank you very much for coming on today and sharing everything that you're working on. It's really appreciated.
Thank you, Axel. And I think people need to do their work by, how AI can change my business. Yeah. You go in AI and you ask the question and you get surprised about. After that, it's all about execution. Because everything I said right now is no secret.
Yeah. Access to the information is easy. What's hard is the implementation, is the execution. And then, as you said, just like in the data, it's keeping it up to date.
Up to date, be flexible, and AI is moving fast, but you still have to wait and be sure that the information is good. Yeah. I think people make decisions with millions of dollars of a transaction with PMML. I think we have no choice to have relevant data.
Well, on this wonderful note, thank you, Patrice, for coming on the show today. It's really appreciated. You will come back soon. And for all those who are listening, as usual, research your market, make some offers. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you next week. Goodbye.